Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. I didn't really do a sound check. Let's see here. Speaker. I think it's all right. How are you? I'm glad to see you. Let's chat. I'm not traveling, so let's you and I. I've only got a little bit of time here in between meetings, um, but my games are too high. Hmm. Maybe, maybe, maybe I can use it. Oh, there. Is that better? Can you even hear the music? I, I keep paying for the music, and I haven't been using it, but I just like it. So I'm going to use it. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But you and I, we have a conversation that we need to have. But let's start that in Discord. You can't hear the music, and the mic is still the same. I wonder what I can do here. I gotta hit this button over here. Um, check, 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 check. I don't know what that does. Check. Oh, here, that. Check, 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 check. I don't know what it was at. I don't know what it was at. Let's see if that the lights going up this high. Or maybe that's here. I appreciate you though. I appreciate all the help you're giving me on this streaming. So you can't hear the music. So I just like let's see game. Nothing. You know, what I'm doing is I you've heard where I work on this buildpack provides support for OnSix. And recently, there were some changes upstream that prevented my scripts from working. So you see that it's failing. And it's failing. I think I can show this without using too much. It's failing. This is all like there. Where I ran into this problem and says, hey, I need a build pack. So I went and I found somebody else who's running into the same problem and using the scripts here. My friend Thomas, Holly, and I got some help from the yarn build pack. So we'll explain, hey, here's the changes, and also pointing me towards like, this is the difference. So I need to use this package.sh instead of the way that I'm doing things. I have my little tiny sh that just uses the create package and then the build pack. But in this case, if the package is yarn, I'm going to follow this different approach, which I have outlined. I just got kind of validation like, hey, here's what I understood. So this is what I'm going to try to do. Hey, if the package is yarn, let's do this other workflow for the yarn build pack. And if it's not yarn, then just do it the way that we've been doing it. That's the hope. So the mic is worse. Mic is worse. Still kind of loud, but not. It's not. Right. Let me undo what I did. So you said that it was worse. Still kind of loud, but it's not. So let's see. I need to figure out. Let's see if that makes any. Did I explain the situation well? Did that make sense? Kiddo, this is the ARM64 support. The build is broken because of the build back version. It's specifically, this is on the ARM build pack, is where I ran into the problem. And also Thomas Vitale did as well. And he opened up this issue and, and we got help from Ron. So pointed out, saying, here's the difference, here's why. And he also gave me kind of a thumbs up on this is what I need to do. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of Bash lately, so I'm over here Googling Bash. But did that problem statement make sense? Oh man. Okay, so what can I do here to fix my sound? But I appreciate you guys. You know what? Maybe it's this. Maybe it is this. Let me close that up. For the background sound. Because I think everything else is the same. Let me hit this button. Check, then mute too. So I pushed a button on the equipment. I sound quite far away and dull. That's no good. Am I using the right audio? That's this mic. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. This is the mic. It's definitely showing up. And maybe it's mic distance. But I feel like I had this problem before. That's a bit better. The echo reverb is gone. Okay, that's good. All right, so I hit the button. Thank you. A bit better. Simon, that sounds better for you, hopefully as well. Let me know. So I'm going to Google my bash. Like I don't remember how to do this stuff. Bash if I just want to if var greater than, no, I want the equals. If var equals, I want to do equals string. I think it is eq if build pack dash equals is it going to be lowercase yarn? No, it's going to be lowercase yarn. And do this. The mentioned syntax error was in this. What? What I'm going to do here is do I want to do this part? Because I create in the .out and that puts me into this directory. So I'm going to do this part right here. Scoot this. And then I want to do this. If not equals. Is probably what I want to do. So a smidge better. All right, I will work on the audio issue. I'll have to, yeah. But yeah, you have a question regarding Redis? Absolutely, I'm game. We have time. Ask away. Ask away. I think I can handle both while I figure out how to do Bash. I can answer a Redis question. And if not equal, okay, not equals is how you do the string. Yeah. If not equal yarn, then we'll do the regular approach. And then I need a else. Else, what are we going to do? We are going to just // package.sh version $version. I need this. They want me to have the quote on that. So if the build pack is not yarn, then do the normal thing. But if it is yarn, do this inside of the build pack. Work directory, push D, pop D. What did that look like before? I'm going to compare it to the previous version. Nope, not that. And not that. Oh, look over here. It's tiny. Right here. Push D. Push D, pop D. All right. Push D. Right. That looks good, I think. I think this looks good. I think that looks good. So wonderful. You can hear me now. Good. I will adjust. And here's the question. Is it possible to get Redis to work in Amazon workspaces set up with Windows? When you set up an Amazon workspace with Windows, it's a Windows workspace, but they remove some of the services. My colleagues at work can't seem to get Redis to work. Do you know how to set it up? I am not familiar with Amazon workspaces, but I am happy to spend time with you to see if we can work through this. So let me take a look. Let me understand what Amazon workspaces is. Maybe Amazon workspaces. Fully managed VDI. Okay, that makes sense. And you're setting up a Windows machine, is what I understand. But they remove some of the services. My colleagues can't seem to get Redis to work. So what I would do is do something like, Chocolatey, are you able to run Docker images on this workspace? So those are kind of where I default is, could I run Docker? Could I install Redis with something like Chocolatey? Could I install Chocolatey on those Windows machines? That'd be my next steps. But because of our relationship, I'm happy to dig in. If you've got access to one of these, I'm happy to pair with you and see if we can get something up and running. But those are I'm not a Windows guy. I do have a Windows machine, but was it Simon? No, it was Thomas to help me get it set up. Chocolatey is like the package manager for Windows. It's a package manager for Windows. Let's do Chocolatey. Yes, this. I try to install that. And the other option is I would run the Docker image. Those are my two best guesses. Hopefully that helps. If not, let's pair. Let's figure it out. Hello. Thanks for joining. LTS, thanks for joining. Yeah. And Simon gives a thumbs up to chocolatey. Scoop might work better since it requires less writes. I have not taken a look at Scoop. I'm partial to chocolatey because I know at least for some while, chocolatey was had a nice cohort here in Kansas City where I'm at. So trying to keep, support the community that supports me. But Scoop is something to look at. I think I've seen stuff around Scoop. I haven't done a whole lot with the Windows machine in a long time. So I'll say that. So again, Simon, thanks as always. You're always a good help. Daniel says Redis works fine with Docker desktop for Windows. So if we can run Docker on those workspaces, then maybe that's a good option. Chocolatey is magnificent, but you need an elevated prompt for it. So that might be something we can't get. Thanks for asking the question. And like I said, we can absolutely pair on that if that's something that we want to, if you want some help with, I'm happy to help. And also thanks for introducing me to Amazon Workspaces. That's something interesting I think I should check out anyways. All right, let's get back to this. Does this look right? So what I'm trying to do, this is the problem. This is where I was running into the problem. Let's do this. Building. No, I'll leave that there. I'm going to try this. I'll do it here. I don't know. Let's do this. Run it this way in my IDE. And it takes a little bit because it's going to do all the get clone. And I added this line, so it might not work. I was trying to make it so that the get clone part goes a little bit faster. See if I can still check out versions, because this is the part that takes the longest. It's going in and pulling all of the build pack repositories and building from the version in the repositories. And this, at least so far, is working. We'll keep an eye on it. Still not much faster than what it was doing before, if any. So it'll take a minute. So, random question for during some downtime. Have you used Mermaid.js? So Mermaid.js, I believe, is the one where I can do like charts and graphs, and I can inside of my Markdown. And I have used that before, Mermaid.js. That's what it is, diagramming and charting. Yeah. Yeah, let's go in here. Oops, sorry. I should have been doing that over here. Mermaid.js is what we're talking about. And I have used this tool. And I was going to peek in here. Yeah. I like to do things in YAML. And there is a plugin what I was doing that allowed me to use Mermaid syntax inside of my Markdown. I haven't used it in a while, but I absolutely did in the past. So, yes. And yes, I'm on the right track. Funky Waddle says Mermaid.js is awesome. And MARP is PPT as code. MARP. Markdown presentation system. Markdown presentation ecosystem. Kyoto slide decks using Intuit Markdown. So I use something similar. to MARP based on common MARP directive. Interesting. I use Reveal.js. Reveal.js. So I get a lot of comments on my slides. So the example is like, Sean, my children will never deploy active. So this is an example slides that I will typically, this is my standard format. Reveal.js, it allows me to use Markdown. I think I have, I can show you the repository. I put all my slides here. I've got some images, I got some stuff around it, but the slides are here. Here's my intro slide. Here's my reframe slide, exactly what I'm talking about, but it's in Markdown. So let's look at the raw. It's Markdown. So that is here. Okay, there's my intro slide, step, step, step. The other thing that Reveal does is it gives me a two-dimensional slides. Sometimes when I'm presenting, I don't have time to go over everything. So sometimes it's valuable to be able to dig deeper if I need to, or if I run out of time, I can skim across the top. So the way I like to set talks up is I'll set up like the 100 level content, like the intro, I can get my point across the top. Like if I run out of time, I can scoot across the top. But if there's time to go deeper on something, I can go down. So let me show you what that looks like. So if I'm just going across the top, I'm hitting across the top, like, hey, here's my slides. I'm going across the top. We've never done a game day exercise. Let's do a level set. So here, I'm going across the top this way. Or I can go down, like, hey, now I'm going deep. Like I want to go deep on this topic, talk about Terraform. So an example. So I'm going down in this overview. Where is my, this is what I was doing. We were here. We started here and we went down this path, Terraform to our examples. Does that make sense? So yeah, it looks very familiar. Like Markdown is Markdown, and it's the wrapper around it. So Mark, in my head, I put it in the same bucket as this Reveal.js. I like Reveal.js for this specific reason, the two-dimensional slide deck, something that I'm a big fan of, and it works for what I do. So with that, yeah, I think it's worth taking a look, and I'm not going to be able to answer that one real quick. I think it's worth me taking a look at. What are the things that you like? Oh, interesting. This is interesting. Real.js does export to PDF, but it does not do PowerPoint. It can also do HTML. Yeah. Yeah, so there's another framework that I like. If you're familiar with Jupyter Notebooks, Jupyter Notebooks. Actually, I saw that in my Jupyter. I can actually do Reveal.js with a Jupyter Notebook, and I've done that before. And that's here. There's an example. Oh, I don't think I can run it at the moment. But I can put the same Reveal.js, this two-dimensional approach around a Jupyter Notebook. So I can execute code in a bash shell as a part of my presentation. So that's, if you're into slides and cool presentations, that's also something to look at. Oh, you know what? There's probably a link to a video. Open link a new tab, and I'll put that video in the chat, and you can kind of see an example of, yep, looks clean. I'll put this here. That's the that video, and I think you can just like scoot. So you can see down here, I'm using the Reveal.js stuff. But then in here, I'm actually executing code on the CLI as a part of my presentation. So I can use Reveal.js along with these Jupyter notebooks and execute code inside the bash shell. So it's cool stuff. Cool stuff. It becomes very flexible that way. And there's the link if you want to check that out. Cool. All right. So hide. So here, yeah, keep on going. I was thinking of code as documentation, Bitbucket pipeline, convert made JS to PNG, embed that in the absolutely. So this whole like code as documentation, you probably saw us do this. GitHub, we did an episode where I like Spring REST docs. So I've done something similar there as well. Gateway, an example where now I didn't put it into my GitHub. You said Bitbucket pipeline convert. So my pipeline here, part of my build. No, not this one. I got a better one. Image. We did this during spring office hours. Or no, we did it during our code session where we were talking about Spring REST docs a little bit. So in my tests, not that test, in this test, I've included Spring REST docs. So with this REST docs, I can run my tests and I can export code. I can export snippets into AciDoc. Yeah, so you've seen it. Yes. So, yep. So my build is, my documentation is always staying current with my tests. Now it's using AciDoc, so similar. And I could do the same thing as part of my build where source main AciDoc, in my AciDoc, I could put those same PNGs. Yes. So that is something, that's an option. I like where your head's at. Yeah, I like where your head's at. You're absolutely right. There's a massive value in keeping our documentation as close to the code as possible, right? There's no point in having your documentation even public or available if it doesn't match what you're actually using. So yes, highly recommend. Follow it. Go down that path. Go down this path. Let's do it. Let's take a run at it and show me. Let's do an example, and then let's share it and let's test it out. Let's see if we can improve each other's documentation or patterns for creating documentation. That would be wonderful. Thanks. Those are great questions, great topics to talk about. So we touched on Redis, we touched on the good stuff, Markdown, delivering code as Markdown. But the other interesting thing here is, as you can see, like on the other, I made the docs from this repository, GitHub. Part of my pipeline. No, actually, it's out of the box. I made it so that my docs folder, my slides, are the documentation. So for this repository, I didn't even have a link to it. Well, that's lame. Sorry about that. It used to be there. Website is. That would have been easier, right? I don't need releases, packages, environments. Yeah, so there's the link. So the docs actually get published to my GitHub Pages site, but then they get published. The docs which are just this slide, they're published as like a presentation. It is my slides for this. This is a talk, but that idea of publishing your docs right out of your GitHub repository, every release, have it versioned, have it go out automatically. That's awesome. And I highly recommend it. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So circle back. I'm going to bookmark this because I want to take a look at that later. And thank you. I'll bookmark this. Come back. But good stuff. And I want to go back and say, like, I didn't skip over this. I wanted to make a bigger deal out of it. I didn't skip over it. But this part, I didn't miss this part. So yay. Yay. You have colleagues. Excellent. So let's go back to this. Let's see if I can run. Oh, so it says created package. Did I do that? It says creating package. So what happened? What happened? I do it wrong. Buildpack. Oh, is it supposed to be BPID? Is it supposed to be BPID instead of buildpack? Down here. If buildpack work, buildpack. No, it's supposed to be buildpack. If it doesn't equal yarn, building buildpack version. Building. Oh, buildpack. This is buildpack. So this should be Paketo buildpack. Sure. Try that again. Funky Waddle says, I haven't looked too much into it, but one YouTuber I watch uses MindMeister as a presentational thing. He uses it more as thought progressions rather than general mind mapping. Might have to see if I can find something similar in the FOSS realm. So that type of like mind mapping presenting, I think you've seen me use Excalidraw for those kind of things. Excalidraw. I use Excalidraw as kind of I've done it for mind mapping and others, but yeah, I use that quite a bit. But yeah, thanks. MindMeister. MindMeister. Take a look at that. All right, I'm always interested in getting upgraded, finding new tools. Awesome. All right, so I think we figured that out. We're now running an update. I don't need this. Let's see if that change worked. Paketo buildpacks /yarn. What else is happening? What else is happening? I'm going to do this. And yeah, we're just waiting. I apologize. I'm not awesome at filling in the dead space. Not awesome at filling in the dead space. Oh, did it go? Yes, it's working. Ugh. Okay, so it looks like I bet you we're going to run into the same thing with the Node Engine build pack. Fantastic. So if I need to, if it's Paketo buildpacks yarn, or do it this way. If it's not equal to this and buildpack, not equal to Paketo dash buildpacks node engine. Wait, what's wrong with my? Oh, yeah. So if buildpack is not yarn, and if it's not equal and it's not equal, then okay, that makes sense to me. Cool. We'll keep on going. And so now we got to go and look at the node engine build pack. We got to make sure that the node engine build pack is following the same pattern of this scripts package.sh. So let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Scripts. It has a package.sh. Let's look. There's a usage. Looks the same. It looks the same. Ooh. Right here, package or jam pack. I think it'll work. So let's try that. We're just incremental baby steps. Again, it's bash, and I'll write it. I'm not proud of it, but I'll get it to production. I'll get things to work, and it might not be the best, and that's okay. I think I will lean towards getting to production with things that work first before making things beautiful and elegant and all those other things. So that's what we're doing. Let's get this new version of the build pack up. Because like I said, it's not just me that's stuck. It's my friends, right? Thomas Vitale opened up this. He ran into the same version. So I'm going to do two things with this. I'm going to get a new version of the build pack, multi-architecture build pack out. And I'm going to get my friend Thomas unstuck so he can use my scripts for whatever else he's doing. So this is what we're doing. And later today, I'm going to be working with somebody. I forgot. We're going to be working on some more build packs later, and maybe we'll just do it live. Maybe we'll talk about that live too later. I'm trying to find where I'm at. Andres. I'm going to be working with Andres on a build pack issue around JReleaser. So we're going to get that going. So yeah, maybe that'll be another fun stream that we can do. So this just takes time. So on this multi-architecture build pack, I'm doing this work on an M1 so that I can validate it using an ARM64 processor. Okay, so this is the yarn one again. Yarn doing the yarn things, and I'm happy that we got over there. And there could be others that are going to follow the same pattern too. All right, we've moved on. Oh, we might be through the tough stuff. It's looking good. I'm feeling good. Wow. Man, that team over at Paketo is doing amazing things. Okay. So yes, it worked, and yes, it built, but what happened here? I gotta move this thing. What happened? So the building of the build pack worked, but wait. After images. So what did it do? Okay. So I got to go look at that script. So it built an image, but it did it in a slightly different way. So let's go back here and let's follow the thread so we can all stay on the same page. So he said, hey, we're doing this different. Wait, no, not that one. Here, let's go take a look. I'll do it this way. Boop, open a new tab, because this is going to be the same problem on the node, I'm sure. So it first does jam pack, and it builds the buildpack.toml with the right version. So let's go and see that it did that. Inside of Yarn, I should have a build pack. Buildpack.toml, and this file should have a version, but it does not. Oh, wait, no, it does not. So why? Did it do it? Let's take a look. So this script package.sh is doing the root dir is ... So .bin .build. So here's the build pack. So down here, I bet where it's doing pack build. So I did jam pack. It says, oh wait. It's using this build pack. It's passing this in, and then it's creating the build pack as a TGZ. So this is the build pack. It didn't create the OCI image and put it into my local registry. It created a build pack TGZ. But I thought I saw that it was also does it not do this? Packaging build pack. Oh, it does. So it is using pack, but it's putting into that TGZ. So what I need to do is where I can do this a couple of different ways. So here, where I did my thing, I did my alternate path. I now have a version, a /build/build buildpack.tgz. To I need to do this. I need to push to yes. Yeah. So how do I do that? Let's go take a look at the pack CLI. Pack CLI. Pack build an application using build packs. Pack CLI. Let's do it this way. Let's go and say pack-help. Do you guys see that? So what I can do with pack is I can generate an app image from source code, interact with builders, config, inspect, stack, rebase, completion, report, or maybe it's just, I don't need to do pack. Maybe it's just Docker. Oh yeah, I was doing this with Daniel. Docker import easy. Yeah. Importing content of an archive. So yes, I believe I did this. I had this in a Slack conversation. Slack with Bane Makusa. So let me go and find that. Docker. It's just Docker import. I just don't remember the naming. Where did it go? I'm searching, but I can also probably search over here and maybe more valuable for everybody. Docker import the file, and I don't know why I was messing with that. Docker import. So let's just try this. Docker import / build. Docker import buildpacks. Buildpacks darn build buildpack.tz, and then the repository tag gcr.io / Paketo buildpacks /darn colon not 1.5. Is that what the version was? Not 1.5. gcr.io. So let's just see if that works. So all we're saying is, hey, we grabbed that tar.gz and we put it into my little Docker registry. Now if I do Docker images pack rep yarn, there it is. This is good. So we just got to do this. Now, can I assume that I have Docker? I think I can. Yes. Excellent. All right. So let's go back to our making our changes. And for our alt, we need to do this. Docker import. /build back tar.gz, and then this is this. All right, let's give that a shot. Man, I have to tell you that it is a lot easier for me, Simon Funky Waddle. It's a lot easier for me to do this. I feel like just having you guys there and being able to think out loud, it makes this easier for me. Like I feel like I get more done. And hopefully this is beneficial for the community, right, that we're all a part of. So let's run this again. It takes a little bit of time, but that time doesn't seem so bad when you're making progress. So what else? What are you guys working on? Share with me. What are you working on today? Is this view okay? Trying a little bit of a different layout in StreamYards. Got a little bit of a different screen set up for my IDE. How's that working? Hopefully you guys can read everything and see that we actually are making progress. And I'm excited to get this commit done so I can share with Thomas. I want to see what Thomas is up to. Should be, I can't think of anything. Ooh, look at this. Daniel just started a Vaadin app for internal use, but I'm still learning. I'm a big fan of Vaadin. Like being a Java Spring person, Vaadin does so many cool things. So let me just show you while that's building. let's go over here. If you haven't done start.auden.com, you can go over here and it's not like super complex, but there are some really cool things. I can go over here. I can choose. Okay, let me log in. Tweeter, I think. Excellent. Wait, but it still says sign up or log in. Maybe I need to log in with my GitHub. Hello. Let's try that again. GitHub. Okay. Something. No. Log in. I'm gonna log in. Try this one more time. Log out successful. Oh, something went wrong. Okay, there's something wrong there. I'll fix that later. But what I want you to see is I can go in and I can create these really, really interesting UIs. Oh wait, I got to be logged in. Let's try that one more time. Log in. I know that I've done this. Oh, maybe it's my Google account. There we go. So I can go in and I can create these views. So here's a hello world view. It's got a form, and I can say hello, and it says hello stranger. I can have a regular about page, but I can build the UI for my app. I can add a view. I can add a dashboard thing, and there's some pro features in here. And if you're doing this as a day-to-day thing, I definitely think what I've seen, the pro features look absolutely valuable and totally worth it. But then I can do really cool stuff. I can publish to GitHub. This is a feature that I love. I can just say, hey, yes, this is what I want, publish it, and it'll create the repository right in GitHub. Or I can, just like on start.3.io, I can download and I get a package pre-built, and it's got working code, and it's got some simple tests, and it's got its Maven POM, and it just works. You can start working. The pattern that I've been doing is I kind of tear out. It can provide you some JPA, some data interfaces. I kind of tear that out, and I use the Spring interfaces to generate a client to my backend. And we did this. I'll show you a good example. We did this on GitHub and for CodeMash. So the UI, I tore out the data stuff, and I plugged in a service. Oops, I think I have a client up here. Let me find out where I put that. No, it's got to be this. Not that. Isn't that service that I was just looking at? Hi, service calling is healthy. REST template. It's not exactly what I was expecting. Maybe I did it in a different spot. I don't know where I would have put it. Maybe I didn't update the repository after I did it. I probably didn't update the repository. Anyways, I like to build a client for the front end to call the backend service. So I have a regular RESTful backend service, and then it's just I get a front end app. I get a front end app, and I do an interface driven declarative client for my backend, and it's so easy. That's my new favorite thing. And the team over at Vaadin, they've already gone and taken the steps for the latest version to make it so that you can use GraalVM. You can build a native image of your front end app, so you can deliver it on a tiny, like 50, 60 megabyte container at scale. And then that front end container is just calling to the back end service. So you can do all sorts of magical things there. I'm a big fan. Look at this. Simon, yes. Oh, yep, I missed one. Which version is what we're doing? Yep, Bottom Flow 24. That's what I'm talking about. We could get into that. I could definitely get into that. And that's what we're going to do for Barbecue Wednesday. So yeah, keep up the good work. It's fun. I highly recommend it. It just makes the UI part, for me, it makes the UI part a non-issue. Like I don't have to worry about it. I can do my level of UI, like boxes and lines, and yeah, get the inputs, and then we can hand it off to a developer or a front end developer to make it look pretty. But this idea of I can go and generate a front end, and I can be delivering front ends with Java, with Spring, it makes me so happy. And I don't know why it took me so long to come back to Vaadin. I used Vaadin years ago, and then I kind of switched over. I was doing a lot of time leaf, and then I was getting into like the reactive front ends, and I just don't like that. Like I'm a Spring developer, and now I'm a Spring developer advocate. Why would I want to be doing these other frameworks when I can do everything with Spring and Java and Vaadin? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just a fan. So it just makes me happy to hear you say that. Yes, very nice. Josh also did a nice coffee chat with one of the developers if you're interested. Yes, he did. And by the way, I saw the picture of you hugging Josh. Yes, I'm a big guy. And yeah, and I'm a big fan of Josh. Josh did for me what I hope to do for somebody. He made me feel like I had a teammate. He made me feel like I had somebody that was listening, somebody that was answering my issues and helping me work through things, even on Twitter or on a Gitter or somewhere. He made me feel like I had somebody outside of my team that was a part of my team. And that's what I want to do. I want to give somebody that same feeling that I had, because Josh and Mark and team and Mario, like they made me feel, even though I wasn't a paying customer, I didn't pay a penny. They made me feel like I had an extended team. They made me feel like they were a part of my team. They helped, right? Even though it was like the little, one-off, like I said, Twitter or a Gitter issue, they helped and it felt good. And I want to give that to somebody. I want somebody to say that about me in the future. I want somebody to say, hey, yes, Deshaun felt like a part of my extended team. That's my goal. That's the whole thing. Because if I can make somebody feel like that, then hopefully that person can get excited enough to want to do that for somebody else. That's the future that I want to live in. That's the place where I want to be. Like, yeah, like the office hours part. Yes, and Marcus. So yes. Yep. Oh, I was less into Vaadin Wicket. Yep, but other direction. Yes. Wicket. I remember Wicket. Simon, I think I saw this one. Yes, Marcus Helberg. And I think Marcus is also the one who, created the demo that got me all excited about GraalVM. So yeah, we're doing stuff. Someone like that is so nice. I felt so isolated at my previous client. I hope, especially Simon, right? Like you have been a regular. You get to come to the office hours. Office hours is what I wish I had, right? I had those random one-offs, in between Josh flying around the world. I had those interactions and it was super valuable. And I want the office hours to deliver that type of a relationship. I want people to feel like they've got a place to go to ask questions, no matter what it is. A lot of the questions that we get during office hours, we don't get to answer them because we don't have all the answers. But a lot of those questions that we get during office hours, we answer them offline. And we have, like you and I have had a Zoom session. Let's just hop in and chat and pair. I want to deliver that. That's what I wish I had. And now I have an opportunity to share that and deliver that. So yeah, hopefully it's valuable. I don't want you to feel isolated. I know what that feeling is. And I also know the power and the value of feeling like I had an extended team, even though like they weren't sitting next to me. Like who's sitting next to somebody, right? We're in this, it's a totally new world from when I was doing this development. But that idea of having somebody hey, maybe I only get to talk once a week, but I always felt like I had somebody to go to. This makes me happy. Yeah, just some bounce back banter. And you've done an amazing job of being a part of what we're doing with the office hours. You're always helping. And even today, you have answers and you have insights into, just a different perspective. I don't have all the answers. And even when I do, I'm not saying that my answers are the best. So having you as a part of the community, having all of you as a part of this community has been wonderful. It's been wonderful. And I'm a fan. I really am, and I do like it. I'll try not to get emotional. All right, so what happened here is we were trying to do this. So maybe my path was wrong. So /build. So if I am looking, yes. I do too, right? That's what I'm doing right now. You guys are helping me out. So I'm here. So what I think I did here was I pushed into the build pack directory, which is here and here. And then it's not. So then I was here. Oh, so here I am still in scripts. So I haven't pushed in. So this is just /build, not /build. All right, let's try that again. Excellent. So this is fun. This is fun. I'm not brilliant at making this an engaging, super valuable lesson learned. But I hope that seeing how I deliver stuff, I hope that having these one-off conversations is valuable. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to be transparent and try to kind of show you how I work through things as much as possible. Yeah. Talking about something you're interested in. Get other opinions. Share your experience. In the words of Josh Long, he says, good stuff, hot sauce. And I named yesterday's office hours episode, I titled it Hot Sauce, because he does. He says, good stuff, hot sauce. And he gets me excited. I get energized by his energy, and I hope that I can energize you with some of my energy. Like things like this. This ARM64 build pack that has been kind of a little passion project for a while. Now it's going to be upstreamed into, hopefully, Paketo. It's on their roadmap. It's high priority. And the idea is the work that I've been doing here, the goal is to get it into Paketo so that you don't have to use my version of the build pack. You can get an upstream version of the build pack. When they make changes, they can do tests and things like this. We won't have to do. There won't be a delay. The front end work will just work. So that's what we're trying to do, is get this stuff that I'm doing, get it upstream into Paketo so we can have this ARM64. And as soon as that's done, I'll be honest, I've already started on RISC-V. The team over at GraalVM made an announcement. Yes, we can deliver for RISC-V. I haven't tried it, but I did buy, is this one? I think this is the Mango Pie, I think, is a RISC-V. Is it? Let's take a look. But I did invest in some RISC-V single board computers. RISC. All right, let's look. Mango Pie. Single board computer. Mango Pie. Yes. RISC-V. Right? So that's what this guy is. That's what this guy is. Mango Pie. So for the same idea, I want to do Spring. I like Spring. Spring gets me excited, and it's an awesome ecosystem. And we have these customers that are doing really, really interesting things out on the edge, near edge, far edge, all the edges. And what I want to do is I want to take Spring out to those devices, to these devices. And the ARM64 build pack. That approach got me excited. The stuff that's happened with Spring Boot 3, Spring Framework 6, around the AOT processing, GraalVM, like it's a big reason. That's a big part of why I'm here. Not only do I get to, deliver and do the things that Josh did for me and team before did for me, but then I also get I have this passion. I have this excitement around these edge devices and what we can do with these smaller devices and what the features are going to look like. And I get to do it with Spring, my favorite language, my favorite framework. Like that's exciting. That's what I want to do. So once we've got the ARM64 stuff, which it's got a lot of momentum, let's circle around and let's do it for RISC-V. Why not? The GraalVM team did all the work, or I think they've done the work. So all we've got to do is prove it, implement it, and go. So let's see what that looks like. That's my hope. All right. So I failed again. And it says, could not find label. Okay. Could not find label. IO. Okay. So at some point, so we're moving. So, right. Let's do this. Let's address this. Simon says the only bad question in my books is an unasked one. An asked question might be silly, but it's never bad in my books. It can always lead to new insights and get me thinking. I agree. Especially when you've got this channel, right? I don't have the answers, but if it's something where I can understand how to find the answer, I can absolutely do it. And what I think is that this channel, this type of a channel, speaking about Spring Office Hours, I don't think that has existed in the way that we're trying to do it in the past. And I think it's still growing. I think that there's still a massive community that has yet to learn about the Spring Office Hours. So yeah, baby steps. But good thing that we've got Dan Vega, who's got his tens of thousands of followers out there watching and learning and growing. Yeah, we just need to kind of build it out a little bit more. And we want everybody to feel the way I do. We want everybody to be taking the latest versions and taking Spring Boot, Spring Framework to production. All right. So we built and we extracted. So in what I'm seeing here is in the build pack metadata, I don't have this label. So wherever I'm using it, this is saying when it's trying to build Paketo build. So let's go take a look at where I'm building. So this is where we're actually building the Java build pack here. Okay, so we're building the Java build pack, and it's trying to package dependencies. Extracting from the registry, so it finds it. But what I want to do though is I want to do this Docker images. I want to get rid of all those images. So let's do this. I'm going to hit this. Show. There's a new little plugin. Where is it? Disk usage. Let's reclaim all of it. Let's get rid of all the things. Stopped, unused, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to take this hit of downloading the images again, but I don't want any images. I want to make sure I'm rebuilding these images so that I'm not doing something wrong or having a cache issue. So let's do this again. And the problem is that it didn't have it said that my yarn image didn't have metadata. So this buildpack.toml said it didn't have IO buildpack build package metadata. It doesn't have build package metadata. And here, is this something I need to package with it? Buildpackage.cmb. I don't know what that file is, but let's just call it a text file. It's not a text file. Oh, did I grab the wrong? Let's do this. Let's run this again. Let's see if I've got the right image. Like, am I creating the right image? Because I think it's just the tar.gz is the container's image. But I'll be honest, I don't know what that build package.cmb is. So let's see if we can figure that out. All right. Boom, boom. It would be awesome if I could get this done so that I had a little bit of confidence going into my call later today with Andres. See if we can get a JReleaser build pack done. I know that a lot of you are using JReleaser. We'll see what we can do. All right. So this is going to run. And my question is, why don't I have metadata? If I do the pack build, pack completion config. What was that? The metadata. So this is what I'm ready into. I'm just going to put that in my little notes here. I should reference this. Yeah, I should reference this over here. And I'll put my notes over here. Build now supports want to reference this issue. I think I can just do it this way, right? But it's, I'll just put it in here. So, I don't know. Not working. Cool. Oop. There. Oh, I'm going to keep a little bit of notes. There. That's right. Yeah, extracting build packs. Could not find label. Let's Thomas. Let's just make sure. All right, so that's going. Let's see what it did. What we did on this last run was tinkering with it myself. What are you tinkering with? Build packs? What do we touch on? Let me know. What are you tinkering with? I want to know. All right. So same thing. You could not find the label. So it extracted from the registry. So let's do a pack inspect on build packs. Build pack yarn build pack easy. Pack inspect ECR.io Paketo build packs yarn. So here, build pack metadata not present. Oh, let's do this. Am I even doing this right? Let's do Docker. So it's definitely a Docker image. It's got layers. ARM64. Says their Docker version. Imported. Okay, so what am I missing here? Let's go back and look at the yarn package. So it does the build pack archive. At some point, it does this build package create as a file. It does archive and create. I'm looking at this output packaged build package artifact. Location to output the packaged build package artifact. So when it did this part, got it. So I did the version. So what I think I need to do is grab this other file, the build package, not the archive. I need the package. I think, I'm guessing. I'm completely guessing, guys. This is how I roll. Here at Yarn build. So not just the layers. I want the build package.cnv build. My CNV. Can I do that? Let's check. Let's do Docker import. Buildpacks yarn build package.cnv to gtr.io Paketo build packs 1.5. Okay. Pack inspect gtr.io Paketo build packs 1.1.5a. I'm able to find an image. Yes. I didn't have 1.1.5a. Did I typo something? Oh, I didn't give it the whole thing. Hold on. Yarn. GTR. Okay. Everything is empty. Why? Let's do. So it looks like an image. Well, let's see. Pack inspect. I need to do the. I thought there was an option. I thought there's an option for the local versus. Right, I'm gonna run this again and see what it says. The remote is not present. It doesn't. There's not one there. But why doesn't it see the local one? But we're gonna. I think that this is the right change. So let's. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Let's run that again. Let's close this. Close this. Let's do this thing again. Just to make sure I got clean stuff. Hello? Yep, let's clean it all up. All right. Okay, and let's run it again. Clean. So fresh and so clean. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with me. What I'm working on is updates. The Paketo Java build pack recently added capabilities or features to support front ends. So it includes a build pack for Yarn, and it includes a build pack for Node Engine, and probably some others. So the scripts that I use to build my multi-architecture build pack, my ARM64 version, those scripts are failing at the moment because these other build packs are packaged slightly different. So what we're trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is update my scripts to align with the way that Paketo's doing things, to build this ARM64 version of the build pack so that we can have as close as possible the ARM64 version and the x86 version, and then we can deliver those upstream. The whole idea, one of the roadmap items this year is this ARM64 support delivered by Paketo. So this is just an example of how we're going to do things. I got a working implementation, and I'm trying to get my implementation upstream into Paketo so everybody can have support and nobody has to use my version of the build pack anyways. Hey, Simon, thanks. I appreciate you joining. I really do. Take care. So let's see. I'm just checking the other files here, see if there's any news. Yes. Okay. So via Slack, like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I got Slack. Daniel Makusa just informed me that the Node Engine is going to need ARM64 binaries. So we'll have to do a couple of extra steps here. So, but before we get to that, I still need to figure out this. Cannot find the label. So something. We're building the Paketo build packs, Java. And it's trying to package the dependencies. And it fails on Yarn. So I'm just trying to look like. Why? Why? What happens if I do this? There's something interesting here. I'm a little stuck, and that's okay. It's okay to be stuck. I don't have to have all the answers. But what I'm doing, what I'm seeing here is when I do the build pack package output using this, what happens if I do pack build pack package output is buildpacks Paketo yarn build package.toml, and then output is $1. This build package create. We do build package create, and we pass in output. Output equals builder. Yeah. So when we call build package create, we pass in this guy. We pass in this, which is what we did. And then the path, we do it this way, is build packs, Paketo build packs, yarn build pack.gc. But instead of saying format file, wait a minute. Let's just see what that does. Oh, the format file is going to put it here. So let's do this. Let's do build pack, package, BCR, /Paketo, build packs, yarn, 1.5a, path, build packs, build packs, yarn, build package, easy. Did it. Created the package, and then I do pack inspect on CCRIO packs. Is it not giving me any of that data? So something. Okay, so something is probably not happening right. So even though I get this build TGZ and I can inspect it, I have stuff. It looks legit, right? Build pack for yarn. It all looks right according to Docker inspect. How come my pack inspect? I am not sure. I think I did it that way. I think that's how I installed Pack CLI. Pack install Mac Homebrew. I think that's how I installed it. I'm not certain, but let's try. So interesting. Maybe I didn't install it the right way. Pruned. Let's see what's going on. Let's try that. We're going to try that one more time. We'll do our little upgrade here. Do all the stuff. So hopefully, maybe this is just an issue with my pack CLI. But the pack CLI is working. And I should have a version of pack in here in bin, right? Is that the right version? Is that the right version? Because, so it would probably be wise to use that version instead of, I do that up here. I do it as part of my pipeline. I install pack CLI on the runner and I make some assumptions. It would be nicer to use a consistent version. So apologize for the tangent. I know this is boring and you don't have to stay, but I'm just trying to share. This is how I do things. I would really like to get this done so that I can work with Andre later. I want this flushed out of my cache. Ooh, I am late for a meeting. So I will cut this stream short. Thanks for joining. I'll come back. I'll be working on build packs for a little bit. I've got some time. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.